Welcome back to our Bantu history series. In case you are new here, make sure you support us by hitting that subscribe button to receive our future videos. The Kaabu Empire, also known as the Kaabu Kingdom, was a prominent West African polity that emerged in the 13th century and lasted until the mid-19th century. Situated primarily in what is now Guinea-Bissau, with parts extending into Senegal and the Gambia, Kaabu was one of the most powerful states in the Senegambia region for several centuries. The empire is especially notable for its Mandinka heritage, complex political system, and fierce resistance to external domination, particularly from Islamic jihads in the 19th century. Origins and formation. It originated as a province of the Mali Empire, established following the expansion of Mali under Sundiata Keita in the 13th century. After the defeat of the Soso king Sumanguru Kante, Sundiata sent Mandinka generals westward to consolidate the empire's territories. One of these generals, Tiramakan Traore, was instrumental in establishing Kaabu. He and his descendants became the ruling class known as the Nyancho or Nyanchos, forming a Mandinka aristocracy that governed the region. Although Kaabu began as a vassal of Mali, by the 16th century it had effectively become independent as the Mali Empire waned. The empire then began its own phase of expansion and regional dominance, incorporating numerous smaller states and ethnic groups, including the Balanta, Fula, Fulani, and Jola peoples. Political structure. Kaabu was a confederation of kingdoms, the most powerful of which was the Kingdom of Kansala, which also served as the imperial capital. The empire was a decentralized monarchy. Each kingdom had its own Mansa, king. But Kansala's Mansa held the symbolic role of emperor, particularly after the 17th century. The Nyancho nobility ruled through a strict social hierarchy. Governance was both hereditary and aristocratic, though councils of elders and warrior nobles played significant advisory roles. Leadership was closely tied to military prowess, and the society celebrated martial values. The empire's stability depended on the loyalty of its various kingdoms and the successful collection of tribute and military service. Economy and society. The economy was diverse and well integrated into trans-Saharan and regional trade networks. Key economic activities included agriculture. Most people were subsistence farmers growing millet, sorghum, rice, and groundnuts. Cattle and livestock, especially important among the Fula and other pastoralist groups. Slave trade. Kaabu was a major participant in the Atlantic slave trade, especially during the 17th and 18th centuries. Slaves were both captured during warfare and acquired through raids or tribute, and were sold to European traders on the coast. Slavery was also internal to the Kaabu social structure. Many captives were absorbed into society or served as laborers and soldiers. Despite this, Kaabu's society was not entirely centered on slavery, and many people lived as free peasants, artisans, or traders. Kaabu's culture was rich in oral traditions, music, and religion. Griots, oral historians, and musicians held an important place in society, preserving history and maintaining the lineage of noble families. The spiritual life of Kaabu was primarily animist, though there were Islamic influences, particularly in trade and urban centers. However, the ruling class largely resisted Islam, favoring traditional religious practices. Decline and fall. Kaabu's decline began in the late 18th century due to internal instability, economic decline, and increasing pressure from Islamic jihads to the east. The most significant threat came from the imamate of Futa Jallon, a Muslim theocratic state in what is now Guinea. The Fula people of Futa Jallon were committed to spreading Islam and saw Kaabu as a key target due to its resistance and strategic importance. The culmination of this conflict was the Battle of Kansala in 1867. The Fula, led by Alpha Molo, launched a final assault on the Kaabu capital. the Mandinka defenders put up fierce resistance. And when it became clear they could not win, they detonated the city's gunpowder stores in a massive explosion, killing themselves and many of the attackers. This marked the dramatic and symbolic end of the Kaabu Empire. Legacy. The fall of Kaabu marked the end of large-scale indigenous resistance to Islamic expansion in the region. However, its legacy remains significant. Many modern-day Mandinka communities trace their heritage to Kaabu. Story of Kaabu, especially the Battle of Kansala, is preserved in oral epics, music, and cultural traditions. The empire's political structures influenced later Mandinka-led states in the region. In conclusion, the empire was a formidable, influential power in West African history. Its Mandinka roots, decentralized political system, and cultural richness made it a unique force in the region for centuries. Despite its eventual fall, Kaabu remains a symbol of resistance, cultural pride, and historical identity. If you like these videos and would like to support in their continued production, you can do so by joining our membership. Click the join button below. That is all we had for you today. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for watching. We will see you on the next one.